study,
and play come together on a Windows 11 PC.
And for a limited time, college students get
The best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
At first, I didn't think it was real. I woke up to this blinding light, and I was transported to another place. Pluto TV! Then I heard a voice.
Come with me if you want to live.
There were thousands of movies and shows, and they were all free.
The truth is ours.
It's just so beautiful.
On Pluto TV, free streaming of Terminator 2, Fringe, Arrow, The 100, and The X-Files may cause excitement, loss of sleep, and sudden belief in extraterrestrials. No credit cards or alien encounters necessary. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Well, it's been a quiet week here in Lake Scabagon, my hometown. This week, the Squids and Mr. Kyle discuss workplace profile pictures. Then Mitchell Layton from Pipe Bomb joins to discuss writing and recording music, church girls, plead the widow's cause, the fine line between light and dark, cover songs, listen to voicemail, and more.
Speaking of, Kev, I've told you about my profile picture thing, right?
No.
No? Oh.
Wait, maybe.
So, yeah. So sorry to throw things off the rails
please.
a little bit.
You're a wonderful guest. Continue.
So it was about, I think it was 3 months into when I first started working at the bank, and we were supposed to pick like a profile icon picture for our email and for our Teams messaging and all that stuff. And yeah. So I took a look around and saw what other people had posted. I was like, oh, okay. So I put a kind of a landscape of Iceland from when we were over there. Ooh, lovely picture. Loved it. And
I love it already. All right.
I got an email from HR that said, hey, we noticed that your picture is not of you. Please understand that your profile picture on Oracle and Teams and Microsoft needs to be a professional headshot of yourself. And proceeded to explain to me how to take a headshot.
Oh, no.
And said, and remember, it has to be in Rockland Trust approved attire. I was like, oh, okay. So I posted a picture of myself that was a little bit old, but it was like shirt and tie kind of thing. And then a few months later, I posted a little bit of an older picture. So like started out with shortly after I got married, then went back and was like, okay, this is when my wife and I were dating. And then went back and this is just out of college. Then I did my high school prom picture. And I have gotten to the point now, 2 years later, I just put up a picture of myself at 3.5 months old. So on my birthday this year, I'm going to put up a picture of the ultrasound and see what happens.
Gonna Benjamin Button that shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But now my 2-year fun is going to be up soon, and I don't know what to do after that. So,
Picture of Iceland.
Just start.
Yeah,
going
probably
back,
just yeah.
Or start going back the other way and just progressively find like an AI like aging filter.
Get a filter
and just keep making it older and older.
You guys, my head chef put my face through a filter to see what it would look like without a beard. And I did not like it one bit. I'm not sending it because I don't want that on the internet.
Guys, there's a bomb in the waiting room. It's a pipe bomb. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Wonder if he listens to Carmen.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, there's two. Oh, there's a lot of you guys. Okay.
There's a lot of us.
Welcome.
Yeah.
We brought you here.
It's really quite excessive.
At first, I just saw your face and I was like, oh, wait.
They just kept showing up.
No.
How's it going?
It's going good. Thanks for having me. That's a sick Beloved shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I'd never really listened to them too much, but my buddy Brett, who plays in Plead the Widow's Cause, he's like really into Beloved, and he was like, "Oh, you got to listen to them." So I've been like revisiting them lately of trying to get into that, but Yeah, I think
Nice.
Aaron Gillespie wore that shirt in something, and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard that name before. I haven't like checked him out. So
That
kind
makes
kind of going
sense.
back and like revisiting a lot of these bands that I probably should have listened to much earlier.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and they're
Yep.
connected with Gillespie through the Almost because didn't Joe and Dusty play in the Almost?
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, I
Joe,
know
the
Dusty did.
drummer, vocalist, and I think Joe did too.
Oh, really?
Something they like or had something to do with them. But yeah, Dusty. So they all linked up. But I
Nice.
saw your Thrice shirt, which
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Did you see their announcement yesterday with Taking Back Sunday and Saves the Day?
Oh
So
Yeah.
no, I didn't. That's
Yeah, I saw
crazy.
that. Yeah.
yeah,
well, I'm stoked they're
yeah.
going out with Jimmy Eat World this June. Or I mean, I guess
Oh
more than
shoot.
that, but they're coming to New England in June, so I'm stoked for that.
Mm.
Nice. Yeah, where are you guys based out of? Are you kind of all over the place?
Yeah, I'm in Rhode Island, right outside of Providence.
Okay.
I'm in Virginia, in Blacksburg, yeah, Blacksburg, Virginia.
Nice. I'm like right outside of Philly in
Oh,
Oh,
Jersey.
Oh,
cool.
nice.
I just was down in Pennsylvania Amish country, so
Oh yeah, Lancaster,
yeah,
all
let's
over there.
go.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
you say it right. Congratulations.
Yeah. I used to say Lancaster, and then my cousin moved out there. He's like, no, you can't say that. It's Lancaster.
Right, right.
I'm in Massachusetts, up, well, on Cape Cod, not in Cape Cod.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
right. Yeah. Yeah. And
Nice.
I'm about a mile away from Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. All right. You guys are like brothers, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the last name, and you also look very similar. So
Yeah.
Yes.
nice. That's cool.
Is that where you're from? Have you been in the same general area, the Philly area?
I mean, I grew up. I'm actually at my mom's house right now, so this
Sweet.
is technically where I am right now is where I grew up. But I live. We're about an hour south of where I live now. And that's like right out, like 15 minutes out of Philly. And then I lived in LA for like 4 years, and then I moved back like during COVID because I was like, this rent is way too
Yep.
expensive for me to like not be able to do anything right now.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Um, yeah,
Well, I suppose we should do some sort of an introduction so people
Yeah.
know
sure.
know who
Yeah.
we've got. So our guest this week is a writer and a musician. We have Mitchell Layton from the band Pipe Bomb.
Welcome. Welcome to Lake
Very cool.
Scabagon.
Yes.
Very excited to talk about Pipe Bomb.
Oh
Cool.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pipe Bomb. It's one of those bands that, like in the Furnace Fest community, every time they do the Wish List Wednesday, I would constantly see people saying Pipe Bomb, Pipe Bomb, Pipe Bomb, and I
Oh,
would,
shoot.
and
That's cool.
I had never heard your music at that point, and then just all of a sudden on Instagram, you get the like for you page or whatever, and all of a sudden I started getting all the like Pipe Bomb videos before the album came out, and I was like,
Mm.
oh, dude, this is sick.
Mm. Mm.
Very funny videos as well. Like some of the like ones that you've done just have me cracking up.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm like, I mean, everyone says it. Everyone's like, oh, I don't want to, I wish I could just play music. I don't want to have to be like a content creator kind of thing. And I'm like, I
Mhm.
get that to a certain extent, but I'm like, if I have to do this, I'm gonna try to make it something I like, you know? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna just do like all the trends I see people do. Like, I'm gonna try to do stuff I actually think is like funny or at least like can hit home for somebody, you know?
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like a lot of Pipe Bomb's biggest demographic is basically just like me. It's like guys in their 30s who like really miss Every Time I Die in the Chariot. And
Hmm.
um, so I'm like, okay, like what are ways that I can kind of like tap into that? So where someone is scrolling and is like, oh, wait, this is like for me, you know?
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I like making content is like, it kind of delves into cringe just a little bit, like inherently. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, how can I try to like not make this cringe? How can I make it more just like I'm just kind of being me, you know?
Hmm.
So I'm glad that that worked on you. I'm glad that
Yeah.
that like,
Yeah.
that you saw it and were like, oh, this sucks. And yeah, the
Yeah. I think
Furnace Fest thing is pretty cool. I'm like, I can't remember if I'm in that Facebook group or not, but that's cool that it came up on people's wish list.
yeah. Yeah. I think one of the first videos I saw was the something. It was the you know, can we get chariot? We have chariot at home or something like
Yeah.
that.
I've thought of a few like offshoots of like, oh, we got like Timu brand chariot or something.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
No, I would agree. You're doing something right with the contents online because I'm the same as Kevin. I think I saw references to Pipe Bomb. I don't know if it was in the face like the Florida Fest group somewhere. It just was like popping up in the online world, that I scroll in. I kept seeing Pipe Bomb, Pipe Bomb, Pipe Bomb. It was being referenced in multiple places. Then the algorithm was feeding me your stuff, which is the goal. So that was good. And it was the same thing. It was like, oh, this is great. And then listened to the actual like the album when it came out, and it was like, oh, this is real. It was, sometimes you listen to a band and you're like, okay, yeah, that's good. And then you give it a couple listens, but then there's other times you listen and you're like, I love it immediately. Like no questions
Yeah.
asked. This is
Yep.
great. And that was my experience with your album. It was like, oh, this is like so good. I was maybe 3 songs in, and I have a group chat with my college buddies I went to Furnace Fest with all these years. And I like sent it over there. I was like, guys, you got to listen to Pipe Bomb. And those are hit or miss, when you recommend music to your friends. Sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. It was like 100% hit rate. Like everybody listened and everybody was like, "Oh, this is good."
Oh
So I think
man.
it was kind of a rare thing of like immediately attracted to it. It was really good out of the gate, and that seems to be like I feel like people were recommending it. I was recommending it. There's this positive feelings around it every direction, at least in the niche world of the internet I spend time in.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah, I had a friend text me and was like one of his friends recommended Pipe Bomb to him and he was like, I already like I already know. Like that's my friend. And I was like, that's cool that it's like it kind of like came around.
That's really
Um,
Yeah.
cool.
but yeah, man, really glad that it's like resonated with people.
Jared's friend Ert messaged me the other day when you had the post about the CDs were starting to run low.
Mm.
Ert! So Ert sent me a message and was like, dude, have you heard these guys? You got to get this CD. And I was like, I pre-ordered it. I've already got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I sold out of the first run of CDs, and so I had to like grab some new ones. And luckily, I use disc makers, I guess. There's like, a bunch of them that have like very similar names. I think it's disc makers,
Mm.
and they're based in New Jersey. They're like super close,
Oh,
and
cool.
so I ordered them, and I was like, this is. It's like such a smaller or a shorter turnaround time than like a lot of places where you have to like wait for shipping and stuff, and I can just like go
Mhm.
pick it up. So yeah, I'm really like stoked to get the sec. I didn't think I would ever order another run. I was like 100 CDs. This is
Awesome.
gonna take me. I'm gonna be sitting on these for 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's just cool that people are interested, and it's cool to it's like also interesting that like CDs are still a thing. Like
Mhm.
I
Right.
Hmm.
when I played guitar in a indie slash like punk band called Church Girls, and
Mhm.
we did a lot more like touring and stuff like that. And people would buy CDs, but they were like so much more into vinyl and stuff. So when I did Pipe Bomb, I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna like do CDs. Like,
Mm.
is this even a thing? But I was like, well, it's an album. I should probably do CDs. So I'm definitely glad I'm not like sitting on piles of them trying to get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that Church Girls project is really good too. I was watching the audio feed video earlier this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Audio Tree one. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
audio tree, yeah.
Yeah, those names are like so
Yep.
it's like Pipe Bomb's playing Audio Feed, and I keep wanting to
Yes.
call it Audio Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that was cool. That was like
Mhm.
super cool that we got to do that with those guys. And that was kind of a crazy story. It was in 2020. That was the first tour that I did with them. And it was like the day before everything shut down. Like we
Oh
were
wow.
on the
Oh,
road
wow.
and venues were calling or like messaging and being like, "Oh, the show's canceled," or like we don't know if it'll be canceled yet. And like literally the night after we did Audio Tree, we kept getting all these messages and we were like, we just have to go home. Like
Mm.
it's weird to like gradually see the world shut down and then be
Yeah.
like, oh, we have to go home.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that was kind of crazy. Feels weird to like think back that far and but
Hmm.
anyway, yeah, thank you so much for like pre-ordering the CD and stuff.
Yeah. Now is the church girls, is that still active or
Not officially. We haven't
okay.
like officially like disbanded or anything. But yeah, we just kind of got older. I got married. Our singer got married and had a baby.
Mm.
So there's just a lot of like good things happening that we were
Yeah.
like, we need to take a break from touring. And so um, we kind of left it like if something really cool comes up or if we get the itch to like start writing an album again or something, like we can always come back to it and see what happens. Um, but yeah, for now we're kind of like focusing more on life stuff
Yeah.
um
Hmm.
and then Pipe Bomb, that's not why I started Pipe Bomb, but that's been a very good like side project thing for me. Like when I was in Church Girls, of just like, oh, I kind of miss like writing heavy stuff. And
Hmm.
then I just kind of started writing demos and stuff, and that's why the first Pipe Bomb song happened, is because I was like, well, I've been sitting on this for a while. I might as well put it out somewhere,
Mm.
as opposed to it just like sitting on my computer for another 6, 7 months. So yeah, not officially disbanded or anything, but we're not really like actively playing shows or touring.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a very different vibe from Pipe Bomb.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
As soon as
Yeah.
I, listened to it, I was just like, oh man, this is great.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad that's like sometimes if it's too different, people are like, "Oh, okay, I'll stick to this thing." But hopefully there's enough of a crossover
Mhm.
there where
Yeah.
people can enjoy both of
Yeah.
it.
What's your background then with making, like, how'd you get started making music, and then what led you to making like heavy pipe bomb style music?
So I started playing guitar when I was like 13, I guess. I got an acoustic guitar. I was very into like I don't know, like all the like youth group bands, like Switchfoot,
Hmm.
Reliant
Yeah.
K, like
Okay. Sorry.
All
Anybody who
right.
listens to this
Check it off
podcast
on the
knows.
bingo card,
Yep.
everyone.
Yep. Yep. I get
Yep.
excited about people being into Switchfoot. So thank you for getting that out of the way
Switchfoot, yeah,
early.
Switchfoot
Yeah.
gets a lot of hate, and I don't
Yeah.
get it, man, because Meant to Live is like the coolest riff ever,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's literally the thing that made me want to like play electric guitar. I was like, I'm tired of acoustic guitar. I want to play electric guitar and play Meant to Live. Um,
All right. All right. You got cred with me. All right.
nice.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. You're good. Um, yes, I was very into the kind of like alt rock and pop punk stuff of like the early 2000s, and then um, kind of got into the Blink 182, Simple Plan, Good Charlotte, like that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. And then I think I it was like right around when like Guitar Hero 2 came out, and that was
Yeah.
like a
Mhm.
really big thing. And so
Yeah.
that opened me up to a lot of like metal bands and just like even hearing like Rage Against the Machine for the first time or like Lamb of God for the
Mm.
first time. Like all these bands I had no idea about and was like, oh, that riff is cool. Um, and hearing Metallica for the first time, and that was like a big deal for me. And then basically as soon as I heard Metallica, I was like, this is it. I'm like, I've arrived at music. This is all I'm going to listen to for like the next 14 years. Um, and like literally, I think for the next year or so, whenever I played guitar, I was like, I just want to play Metallica riffs. I just want to learn one. That's like my song. And so yeah, that ended up being kind of like a gateway into a lot of other like heavy bands. I think around that time, like the kind of like metalcore was in this weird space. I feel like I missed the initial like Norma Jean Zao, like all that kind of stuff, Poison the
Mhm.
Well. Like I missed all that and arrived in like 2008 with like Attack Attack, like that's
Okay.
kind of what
Yep.
got me.
Okay.
And then got into like A Day to Remember and August Burns Red and The Devil Wears Prada, like kind of all those like Warped Tour scene bands. Um,
Hmm.
and then those were like really the gateway for me. Like when I heard Under Oath, Lost in the Sound of Separation, I was like, oh, this is different. This is like a different thing. It's not like here's a bunch of breakdowns and stuff. Um, and so that was like, if there was like one gateway like metalcore album, that's the one.
Mhm.
I kind of like started playing in bands with my friends. I'd played in a couple like pop punk bands. We started a band when I was like late high school. And I started like doing vocals and had no idea what I was doing. And then, we were just like kids hanging out and trying to write heavy music um and like through that process and through like the stages of like metalcore that I got into, of like, you know, Day to Remember, whatever, Under Oath, and then kind of shifting into a lot of the like Christian bands of the time, like August Burns Red, Haste the Day was a big one, Plea for Purging was a big one, and
Yeah.
got to see the Chariot on Haste the Day's farewell tour, and that was like,
Nice.
like the light bulb went off.
Mhm.
And yeah, so this was the first time I saw the Chariot play. It was at the Unitarian Church in Philly in the basement
Cool.
where they have
Yeah.
shows.
Mhm.
And I remember, I don't know, 20 seconds into the set, Josh picked up the floor tom and threw it into the crowd, and it hit this kid in the head. And then
Jeez.
he kind of like went like this and went to the back of the show, and then no one saw him again. And I thought like my memory's not that great, so I was like, maybe that didn't happen. And I was talking to a friend about it. He's like, no, I remember that. I was right next to that kid. I saw him grab his head and walk out of there. Um, but yeah, seeing that show, I was like, oh, this is on a very different level. Like this is like, you're looking at a picture and then you watch a movie.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
and so that got me into like Norma Jean, Dillinger Escape Plan, Converge. And then yeah, I kind of started branching out more into those types of bands, and yeah, that's definitely more of where Pipe Bomb sits influence wise, compared to the like Devil Wears Pradas and August Burns Red, that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. Um, Hopefully that's not rambling too much, but that's like a
No.
broad
No,
a
no.
broad view.
So I'm curious. You mentioned um, a lot of times what happens is like early on a hook would grab you with a certain band, like a riff or something like that. Is that how you start with the songs that you write as well? Like, do you start from a hook, or do you have kind of a fleshed out concept of a song, or do you just start with that one thing that grabs people?
Normally I just start with one thing. Um,
Hmm.
and it's weird to think of Pipe Bomb as having hooks because it's not necessarily like a catchy poppy song, but hopefully it can be like ugly and catchy at the same time.
Mm.
Oh,
Um,
Right.
I definitely think it can.
yeah. So like as long as in my mind, like if it's like dissonant and kind of weird, but like sticks with you, then I'm like, cool, that's where I
Yeah.
want to be. Um, so yeah, typically if I'm writing, most of the time it starts with riffs. Um, Sometimes what I've been doing recently is actually starting with like rhythms. So it's like a little stupid, but like if I think of not necessarily like a beat, like a drum beat, but like inflections of notes or like, snare hits here, even like when you think of
Mhm.
like kind of Dillinger style panic chords of like dun 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 dun, the like Morse code sounding rhythms
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
kind of think of those, or I think of just the outline of a riff without knowing what the notes are yet.
Mm.
And so I'll just kind of like hum that into my phone
Gotcha.
and
Yep.
come back to it later. And then, because in my mind, that's already catchy. If it's enough for me to think of it without a guitar in front of me, I'm like, okay, there's something here that makes me want to like delve into that a bit more and like figure out
Mhm.
what the riff is. Um,
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of how Hate Club happened. Is it's just the dun 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 is just something I like hummed into my phone,
Mhm.
and then kind of came back to it later and was like, yeah, these can be the notes to it. Um, so yeah, I think as of right now, that's typically how I'm writing things. Um,
Mhm.
Sometimes it starts with like even just a concept for a song of like something I think would sound cool of
Yeah.
like okay, it's gonna start with um I don't know, a blast beat, but it's gonna be extremely short, and then it'll go into this other part. Or like, yeah, it's gonna start here, but then I want it to get like groovy at the end or whatever. So sometimes it just starts with like, I think a song would be cool if it had these things in them.
Mhm.
So how do I put those things together and make it like still sound like a song and not just like three separate things I crammed together? And like I very much like I really like the band Nails. Um, and I think their approach to songwriting, I think I heard him say in an interview one time, it's like he said like I just want to take the best part of the song and that's it. That's the whole song. Like I don't want any of the filler. I don't want any like any extras. I want to take like the heaviest, most impactful part of the song and then that's it. And I don't know if I necessarily feel the exact same way, but I definitely that's more what I lean to is like what's the most effective thing in here. And that's why a lot of the songs are really short, is because I
Mhm.
was just like, I did what I wanted to do. I don't know. Like that's
Right. Yeah.
it can be a
Right.
minute, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, then you're kind of leaving people wanting more as opposed to, okay, this song is about, a minute too long. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
really got that, especially in like the streaming age. I was like, yeah, if I make a minute long song and people like it, they're gonna listen to it again. That's two streams, that's like people
yeah.
want to keep listening. I would much
Right.
rather
Yeah.
people, and not like I'm doing it just for streams, but just I would much rather have people be like, oh, I want to listen to that again, than be like,
Mhm.
and like skip through it. It's like
Right.
then even if the best part of the song was like 3.5 minutes in, they're not even getting there.
Right.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But the rhythms
Oh
thing
yeah.
has been really big for me of like, and I have so many stupid like videos on my phone of me just like in the middle of the night waking up like drowsy and like my wife is like next to me, so I have to like go out and like
Yeah. Yeah.
so I get like whispering something into the phone. Like, oh, it'll be a hi-hat beat like this.
And if you're like me, you can't go to sleep until you do that. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
yeah.
Yes.
like
Yep.
it like bothers me if I don't do it, and then honestly, like a lot of my best ideas happen like right before I'm about to fall asleep.
Always.
And so I'm like, I don't know, I gotta just like do it and then I can
Hmm.
sleep.
Mhm.
So
Well,
Right.
I mean, not to bring it back to John Foreman, but I have to. He told me one time that he like leaves a note. He leaves a notepad by his bed, so he'll like if he'll get it all out, write it all out, and then he can sleep.
yeah.
So it's like that same concept. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I used to do that, especially when I was like in like my early 20s. I
Yeah.
would have like a notepad and like try to write things as they came up. But then it turned into like I just couldn't figure out what I meant by what I wrote. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seinfeld plot
Yeah.
hole. Like it's like
Right.
Wake up the next
What?
morning. What?
yeah,
What
he's like
is
I
the
can't
deal with these
read.
notes?
Yeah. But I kept just being like, I don't know what this is. So I started leaving like voice recordings.
That's smart. That's
Hmm.
very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're a lot easier for me to like refer back to because I
Mhm.
just forget things so quickly. I'm like, man, I need something to like even if this idea is trash, I at least need to know that like I can come back to it.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How does your recording process work? Because are you playing everything? Because
Yes,
you're the band, right?
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't play drums.
Okay.
So for the first, like if you listen to the Stomp EP, that's all me. Um, I did guitar, bass, vocals. I programmed the drums, and then I mixed and mastered it.
Mm.
So it's very like DIY, and I tried my best, but it's very DIY. Um,
Still a fun EP. So definitely worth
yeah,
It
checking out.
is.
So,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah, I mean, I still really like a lot of the songs on there.
Hmm.
But when I did the album, I was like, I've reached the end of what my like production skills are, and I need someone else to kind of like take it over. So for the new one, I did guitar, bass, and vocals. And then I did like an initial drum programming thing when I wrote the
Hmm.
demo. And my brother's a drummer. He's going to be playing drums for
Oh,
the upcoming Pipe Bomb shows.
Oh,
And
cool.
so I
nice.
was like, hey, can I give you this like starting point to give you like the general feel of what I want? And then you can just like write embellishments, like write it how you would play it. Um, so I think that helped a lot with the drums. And then I sent it to John Naclerio, who is at Not a Recording in, I think it's like upstate New York.
Mm.
Um, or maybe not quite upstate, but in New York. He's a really cool guy, and my other band, Plead the Widow's Cause, recorded with him, and I just really liked working with him, and he kind of gets the sound, and so I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna definitely send these to him. Um, but yeah, so my the recording process is like demo wise, I use my HX Stomp for like everything. I don't know if you guys like play guitar or whatever, but it's basically just like a little pedal amp modeler thing with different effects on it.
Okay.
Mm.
Um, so it makes it really easy to just like plug in and, you know, I have like presets I like. I can just kind of plug in and play the songs. Um, that's very like a quick, I
Mhm.
don't have a studio. I'm just like on the couch with my laptop thing.
Yeah.
Um, and then I come back to them later after I've kind of like figured out what the song should be and figured out all the different sections and I re-record everything with still with the HX Stomp, still at my apartment, but I do a DI signal and my HX Stomp like patch. And so I can reamp those signals later, which I do at my mom's house because I have like
Mhm.
my amps that are way too loud for my apartment in my
Yep.
mom's
Mm,
basement. Um, so that's
Sure.
kind of why I made a post that was like, I recorded this album in my mom's basement. It's like, yeah, basically. Because even though I recorded the guitar signal like just in my apartment, when I reamped it, I did all that in my mom's basement, and then all the vocals I did in my mom's basement too. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's basically like I got a couple good pieces of gear that I cling to, and that's like that just lets me do everything. I don't have anything super out of the ordinary. Just a SM57 for mic and guitars, an SM7B for vocals, an HX Stomp, and a Scarlett interface, and and my amps and guitars. That's basically it.
mm.
Um, so I don't know if you were going for more of like the technical, how does the recording process work, but that's kind of
Yeah,
how I
no,
do
that's
it.
great.
Oh, that's cool.
No, that's yeah, like that stuff's it's wild like how far stuff has come to where you can literally, like you said, record stuff in your apartment and in your
Yeah.
mom's basement and like if it's done right, you can't tell that it wasn't done in a studio.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds good.
yeah. Honestly, I had like my rough mixes, and I was like, these sound pretty decent actually. And then when I got John's mixes back, I was like, oh, okay, this is like, it's like you like lifted the veil up, and then it's like this whole new thing. So yeah, that was a big thing for me of realizing how much just investing in like mixing and mastering can make a big difference.
Mhm.
Um, but how everything else, I mean, there is something to be said for like if we were recording live drums, I would definitely want to do that in a studio.
Yeah.
But for us, I mean, doing the programmed drums just made so much more sense budget wise. And for me, like tracking to it, I track way better when I'm playing along with drums. And so having that as like a placeholder for me is really helpful. And those have gotten really good lately too. Like I
Mhm.
use the J Moss kit on
Mm.
Contact, which he recorded like Defeater and Title, or I think he's in Defeater. He recorded Title Fight and a bunch of like
Mm.
pop punk bands. And they're just like really good sounds. So I'm like, I'm really not much of a music tech guy, but the fact that it's been so much more accessible and everything has been better has
Mhm.
like totally changed the way that I record everything. Like it makes it possible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that's
Uh,
partially why there's been like a big rise of one man bands lately, is because people are like, oh, I
Mhm.
could do this.
right. Yeah, you don't have to get four or five guys together and coordinate and work out all the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
and I think I mean, there's something to that, the collaborative part, but it's also cool that like you can have a vision or like a sound or a specific thing you're going for, and you can chase it because there's one decider
yeah.
of what it's supposed to be like. And so I think it's cool in that sense of like you get the kind of the distilled expression of whatever that person is trying to make.
Mm.
Um, which is not better or worse, but the band being a collaborative, it's a little bit of everybody, but not anybody's like purest version of themselves kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that's part of why I started Pipe Bomb is I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I have like songs I want to write. I really wanted to just be like what I want, so I'm just gonna make it.
Mm.
And so that's been cool to kind of like keep that going,
Mm.
um, and have like a totally free creative outlet where like no one's gonna be like, oh, I don't like that. And I can just, if I like it, I just put it in there, which is, you know,
Hmm.
fun for me. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like I do, like, that's why I really like playing bass in Plead the Widow's Cause is because that's definitely more collaborative. And so I kind of
Hmm.
get like, it's nice to be in that setting, and then it's nice to kind of have my own thing. And
Right.
um, yeah, it's cool to kind of see both worlds.
And both bands are playing audio feed, correct?
Yeah, we're pulling double duty. We're both playing the same night also.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so we're not playing back to back, which is helpful.
Sure.
We're still figuring out times. I'm not sure the exact times, but I know we're not going to be like right after each other, so that'll be really good.
Oh, that's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You said shows. What other shows do you have coming up?
Yeah, so we don't have a ton.
Mm.
Most of the shows we have are just booked around the festivals that we booked. So one is
Hmm.
so we're playing Audio Feed July 3rd, and I believe we are playing Columbus, Ohio, July 5th. We have yet to announce that one.
Okay.
But that'll be at assuming nothing changes, it'll be at Dirty Dungarees, which is a like laundromat venue, which is
Oh,
Oh,
really
nice.
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And then the only other shows we have at the moment are in October, which are around the Undead Revival Fest in Ohio. And I need to double check the dates and cities for that one, but it's another
Sure.
like very similar run to Ohio and back, so it'll just be like three shows.
Cool.
It is definitely trickier the older we all get to like book things like this.
Hmm.
But doing the kind of like weekender thing has been pretty helpful because you don't have to like drain your PTO to like do
Right.
it.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So we do have one voicemail that we want to get to. Jared, I
Oh,
don't know if you want to cue that up.
A voicemail, like someone left a message.
Yep.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay,
We do. We have a voicemail line. It's 985-28 squid. That's 985-287-7843. Listeners at home and other people like to call and leave us voicemail messages. And seems like we have one for this conversation.
nice.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Yeah. My name is David Bunton, long time listener, first time caller. I'm excited. I heard that Pop Bombs is going to be on, and I love it. Couple questions. Real excited about the Pop Bomb. One, is your project so cool? Is that because you're old, or is that just like a coincidence? And second question, by the way, love the lyrics of the record. Especially like, if a devil wants to kill me, he's gonna have to do it himself. Love it. If you had to pick one lyric from your album to put on a Live, Laugh, Love style wooden sign in a suburban city, which one would you choose to cause the most confusion? Again, love it. Have fun. First time caller, long time listener. Pop Bomb was up.
Is that it?
No, there's more.
Oh God.
If a devil wants to kill me, he better gone down and do it himself, cause I'm on his wheel tonight. And I'm gonna do it one more time.
David, Mr. Button, are you still there?
Devil, and it wants to kill me. I'm on a squid.
Oh, he even brought us in.
I'm squiddy, on the night.
Is he still going? I just want to know.
It's like a saga.
Yeah, it's the David Button saga, is what it is.
I might have to sample that on the next.
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
Yeah, he must be going through a tunnel.
We lost Mr. Button. Yeah. Good to hear from him.
Wow,
Yeah.
David Button.
David Button of the Showdown and Hope Deferred.
Wow. Well, thank you, David Button, for calling the Squid line 9528 Squid 9528777843. So his questions, is it because you're old? Is that why it's so cool?
I think so. I think that's the number one reason is once you hit your 30s, that's when it happens.
That's the stride. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the second one? It was
That's what I'm
If
trying
you
to
were
figure
gonna choose one of your lyrics for
Live, Laugh, Love.
for the Live, Laugh, Love,
Live,
yeah.
Laugh,
Kyle
Love.
Stein.
He just went
What
off
would
the
you
rails.
Yeah.
And then there was some singing, yeah. Some
If I
improvised
had to
lyrics, I
choose-
think.
choose lyrics to put on a Live, Laugh, Love sign. I'm assuming
Yes.
instead of saying Live, Laugh, Love,
Yeah.
he would say
Yeah.
these lyrics.
Yep.
Yeah.
To cause confusion, I think he said.
Right.
Okay.
Much like his voicemail.
Yeah. There's one in Tabloid that just says "Kill your idols, kill your soul."
Oh,
That would be
That's a good one.
That would be
That's
good to put on a
fantastic.
Live, Laugh, Love. Initially, those lyrics were a little too edgy. It was supposed to be kill your idols, kill yourself, meaning like you're turning yourself
Like the
into an
ego.
idol, and that's,
Right.
kill
Right.
that part of yourself.
like dinosaur. Yep.
But I read the lyrics to my wife and she went, And so I was like, yeah, that's good call. Good call.
Mm.
But yeah, that's probably what I would put on a Live, Laugh, Love sign.
That's good. Your lyrics are kind of edgy though in general. Titles, like the tone overall, I feel like you go there. Is that an intentional thing or is that just what comes out?
Probably a little bit of both. I don't I think that's kind of the idea is like how close to like how like potent can I make these lyrics without them actually being like bad morally or like
Right.
something that people are going to genuinely be turned off by. But I don't know. I mean, the themes behind a lot of the songs are like pretty aggro and pretty violent. So I think, or maybe not violent, but angry, aggressive. And so I do feel like those type of things just like naturally stand out to me when I'm writing lyrics for stuff like that. So I don't know how much I've talked about this on podcasts, but like Pipe Bomb initially started as a totally different thing, which was me and my brother were thinking about making like a two person like power violence band, almost like I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily call Nails power violence, but like that territory of like extreme hardcore, kind of like false grindy. And so I started writing songs for that. That was very much inspired by like Nails, Weekend Nachos, Trap Them, that kind of stuff. And those are very aggressive, I don't know. Nails' lyrics are extremely angry, so I think that was kind of an inspiration for like that style I was going for, and probably for good reason. But I do think that that's a genre that's like really not present in Christian music at all. So I was like, maybe I could kind of bridge that gap a little bit. Anyway, that project was called Barabbas. Before the Meadows song came out, it's called Barabbas. And he just had a really busy schedule. We couldn't really get it off the ground, and so it kind of ended up not happening. And then that's why I started Pipe Bombs, because I was like, well, I don't know. I kind of have some songs. I'll just see what happens. but actually Bliss, Mob Rule, and Tabloid were all Barabbas songs that I wrote, way a long time ago.
Sure.
And then repurposed them as pipe bomb songs and like re-recorded a lot of things. Um, but anyway, the inspiration behind that was definitely like more aggressive and angry. And so I think when I'm writing a lot of these songs, it's easy to like lean a little too hard into that. And I kind of have to like reel myself back a little. And I think in general, when there are things you think in your head that when you verbalize them feel more real and more extreme and more um, heavy. And so
Mhm.
I kind of have to draw the line of like, what are things that I am okay with saying? What are things that I should just keep to myself? What are things that I probably shouldn't be thinking at all? Um, and
Right.
so it kind of like lives in the middle of all that of like trying to know what to leave and what is like, oh, there's something here that maybe people will resonate with, or maybe I just need to like get out, and then that will be cathartic in and of itself. So I'm not just like trying to be edgy for the sake of being edgy, but I do think that there's part of me that wants to be way more angry, and I have to reel that back and be like, no, I don't want to do anything that's like, you know, wrong or too aggressive. Um, and I'm rambling a bit, but hopefully that kind of makes sense.
Oh
It
yeah.
does. Yeah. It's been a thing. I think it may be a reason why Christian metalcore has done so well instead of lagging behind kind of the secular, whatever we want to call it. It was kind of from the front, is a lot of themes that are Christian themes fit well into this style of music. But I appreciate you saying you're thoughtful about it because I think there's like a danger there where maybe it gets a little too harmful to lean into the I hate myself, I'm terrible. There's a version of like Christianity that gives a lot of permission to
Hmm.
really aggressively attack your own person. It's not really directed at other people. It's not like violent of like going out there to kill, kill, kill. It's more like you can kind of really find some places in Christian culture to despise who you are and get a lot of support for that. But I've
Yeah.
always wondered, like, it can be fun to scream, but is it healthy when like young people are actually internalizing these things as true? And we all know that, right? Like the music you listen to matters to you, especially when you're younger and you're not listening to it with a mature ear. So I
Hmm.
appreciate you being thoughtful because I think it's easy to kind of say Christian themes and aggressive music, but also
Yeah.
it can teeter into that territory where it's like, oh, this is now dark outside the music experience. It's now part of who you are, and maybe that's not the overall message trying to deliver here about like
Yeah.
there has to be some hope, there has to be some light coming in, right? If it's going to be Christian themed.
Yeah. And I think it's okay for a song to live more in one space of darkness and light than in another. Like if it's
Mm.
rare that every song is going to have the full picture. So I think it's
Right.
okay if one song focuses more on the dark, one
Mhm.
song focuses more on the light. But if it's all dark, then you're actually not giving any hope or any light that's coming in to provide more of a full picture. It's if you delve too much into like the self-loathing part of it, then how helpful is that actually, you know? And so that's why I feel like some of the pipe bomb songs are heavy, but I try to give it a twist that's like this isn't the whole picture right here, you know?
Mm.
Um, like
Right.
a song like Under God's Heel is like kind of heavy, but it has this resilience to it that's like, no, the whole point of the song is to like not give up, you know?
Mhm.
Um, even though it's coming from like that darker place of wanting to give up. Um, and I think the same thing with like I will kill the worst parts of myself is like it's teetering on that like some parts of it are like honing in on the dark side of like of dealing with things like depression or self-loathing or whatever. And then the hope of like despite that I'm gonna kill the worst parts of myself to move forward because there is hope there.
Mm.
Um, so hopefully there's still, and I don't know how clear that is to everyone listening to it. But I hope that it's at least a little bit present there, so where
Mm.
they can see that. Um, but yeah, I do think that I definitely have a tendency to be more on the negative side, just generally, but especially when I'm writing lyrics, or especially when I'm like getting into this type of music because it is aggressive. And I was never really one of those guys that understood like people would write like metal songs about like, I don't know, fun things or like, I don't know, about like like, I don't know, pop culture stuff. Or I feel like who wrote that song about Halo? Was that My Children, My Bride? Wrote a song about Master Chief from Halo.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
Headshot.
Might be.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Headshot is about Master Chief. Anyway, I was never one of the guys who could like do that. Like in my mind, I was like, no, if this song is going to be heavy, part of that extends to the lyrics too.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, like you said, it's like you can't you can't go too far in that way,
Right.
or else it's defeating the whole purpose of like why this exists, you know?
Hmm. Right.
So I actually did come up with a game if we want to play a game today.
yeah.
Of course.
All right. So knowing that you grew up in like a Christian atmosphere and grew up listening to like Switchfoot and stuff like that, I thought for our game today, because we change it up depending on what the guest is, so it's a different game every time.
And we call it Squid Games because that game's
Right.
not taken, or that
Yes.
name's not taken. Right. Yeah.
So this time, so if you think of some old CCM songs, we're talking something off of like Forefront Records or something like that,
Hmm.
that Pipe Bomb could do a cover of and just totally change.
Man, I don't know how familiar I am with old CCM. I mean, one that the first thing that comes to mind is Dive by Stephen Curtis Chapman, because
Okay.
Oh yeah.
that would go
Oh,
so
all
hard.
right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I feel like there was a band that covered that
Witset.
recently. Yes,
Witset
Yeah.
that's
did,
what it
didn't
was.
he? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Um, man, aside from that, there's a lot of I feel like Mighty to Save was like a huge one for a while, and then everyone just stopped. They were like an abrupt, like, nope, not doing this anymore.
Oversaturation.
Yep.
Yeah. It was the oceans of its time, I feel like.
That's
Hey,
it.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't think of too many. But Dive was the first one that came in
Okay.
my mind. Or maybe like some old Jars of Clay would be fun. What was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
one that Christian Mingle
That would be.
used?
Love
Yep.
song for a savior. It
Mm,
was like, I want to
Yep.
fall
yeah.
in love with you. I'm like, this is weird. Okay, this is about
What was
God,
the one
but
that
Running
they
through
had?
fields of wildflowers. Yeah.
What was the one that it might just be called Flood. Is that
That
okay,
Oh
was a
yeah.
big
yeah,
hit.
that
that
was a
was
Yeah.
a
Okay,
big
big
yeah.
one.
hit.
Yeah.
I couldn't
That
remember if it was the album name or the song name. That would go pretty hard.
That would go
that one
super
would
hard.
work
Yeah.
well for like a heavier turn because it already was kind of like darkish.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
good.
Man, now I want to
Wait.
like re-listen to Jars of Clay. It's been forever since I've listened to them.
Yeah.
I know. Did you see the championship, Pete, of Eric's tournament, the CCM tournament online on Twitter?
I did not.
It's
I'm sorry, Eric. I love you.
it
But I did not. I'm
it's
not on
Jars of
Twitter.
Clay, self-titled, that album, versus
Yep.
The Beautiful Letdown.
Ooh.
Ooh. Versus
It
Switchfoot.
is.
It
Jars of Clay beat Rich Mullins' Liturgy Legacy Ragamuffin Band, so I'm pretty upset about that.
at time of recording, is this a current? Can I rejoin X and vote for Beautiful Letdown?
I believe you can. I don't think it's over yet.
Okay. All
I'll,
right. All right. Hey now, don't dream it's over.
yeah, don't. It
I won't. All right. Well, what Switchfoot song
3
would you
days
take
left.
and
Sorry.
Mm.
retool? Okay, no, you're good. 3 days left. I'll thank you, Jared. I'll vote for Switchfoot, even though I love Jars of Clay too.
What Switchfoot song is?
Yeah, well, yeah. What would you say? Since you that Mental Lib riff is awesome, but
Yeah. I mean, I would love to cover that one. We've talked about covering that one in Plead the Widow's Cause.
oh, that'd be sick.
We play it. We play in drop C sharp, so it's just a half step down. But I'm like, that would be cool.
Oh, no, that
Um,
would be mad cool.
one song I felt um, didn't two actually two songs that didn't get enough credit are Adding to the Noise
Yep.
and
Thank you.
Politicians. That one is like
Oh,
heavy for a Switchfoot song.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, definitely check out the new stuff that's coming out in June
Mm,
because Wake Up, Mr. Crow is some pretty hard
mm.
stuff. So I'm stoked
I
about that.
heard that they were coming out with a new album, but I didn't get
Yeah.
a chance to like listen to the singles or anything.
There's just one out
Oh,
now,
okay.
and then it comes out in June. But yeah, Wake Up, Mr. Crow is. I won't make it about Switchfoot, guys. I promise you. But
This
it's mad cool. This
Yeah.
time, I'll spare you. No. Oh, that's it. That no, that's cool. I think that dive, Stephen Curtis would be sick. Little
Hmm.
Jars of Clay would be cool. How about Carmen?
I never got
No.
into
You know,
Carmen.
Oh,
Oh,
you beat blast, my friend. Beat
yeah,
blast.
you were probably spared.
Yep. Oh,
Man.
we had to, just to bring him up once. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Carmen, heard a lot about Audio Adrenaline. I
Yeah.
never got too into them. I did have a slight Newsboys phase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just feel like they were like everywhere. They played every
They were.
festival. I only went
Hmm.
Oh
to
yeah.
Hmm.
I went to Creation Fest. That was kind of like the
Yeah.
closest one while
yeah,
it was active.
When did you go?
That was my first concert I ever went to. It was, I don't remember the year, but it was like right
Okay. All right.
after Reliant K came out with mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
sweet.
whenever that
Okay.
was,
Yeah.
like maybe like 2007, something like that. Um,
Okay.
it was like Reliant K came out with mm-hmm, and Switchfoot came out with Nothing is Sound, and I was like, this is great. And they played right after each other on like main stage, and I was like, this is great. This is
Okay.
like the height of Christian alternative music.
I
Hmm.
was there, guys. I was there. That was a great set. I mean, the rest of the guys. Oh yeah, not surprised at all. But yeah, that record is pretty
Yeah.
phenomenal.
It is.
Yeah.
And then I in New Jersey we had we called it Rev Gen. I think the full name was
Yeah.
Revelation Generation. Yeah. That
Yep.
was
Yep.
underrated for sure. I really liked Rev Gen. Um they had a lot of good bands. They had like Norma Jean, they had Maylene
Okay.
there, they had Plea for Purging, they had As I Lay Dying, which is wild.
Yeah.
Um they had Under Oath, which is also wild. Um
Yeah.
yeah, lots of good like heavy bands.
Hmm.
August Burns Red and the Devil Wears Prada. They had like
Jeepers.
they did not they broke the bank getting those bands there.
For
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Man, wish I had heard of that. I would have made the trip
I was
down for
gonna say,
that.
what are we doing wasting our time at Soulfest, man?
Right.
I don't know. Soulfest had some good stuff back then, but still, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard of Rev Jam, but I never made it down.
it was by far the closest of those to me. Um and it was great. It was like my mom brought us and we went with my brother and my cousins and it was just like, all right, see ya. And she would go watch like Newsboys and whoever else, and then we would go watch
Yeah.
like you know Maylene and Plea for Purging, and then we'd meet up
Nice.
and
Oh, sick.
at the end it was great. Emery played, Flyleaf played,
Oh
Hasted
yeah.
A played, lots of the Supertones played too. That was crazy.
Yes.
Heck
All
yeah,
right.
Supertones.
Supertones, let's rock. Yeah. Did you ever see Five Iron or Insiders or any of them?
No.
Or were they already Insiders were probably already done by that time, but Five Iron was still kind of kicking.
Yeah, I think Rev Gen, that was like 2011-ish.
Okay. Yep.
Um, maybe like 2009 to 2011, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Um,
Right.
at
So
least
that
when
would
I
have
went.
yeah.
I don't know if it would happened after that, but I kind of viewed
Sure.
it as like the cornerstone of the East Coast.
Yeah. No, it's
Sounds
true.
like it based on the
Yeah.
lineup.
That's about as close as we got.
Yeah, from what I've heard from other people too, is like that's the closest comparison that was out there. I mean, Soulfest back in its early days was kind of
Mm,
close because they'd bring in a lot of like the underground bands and kind of do a fringe stage, but yeah, it was nothing close to Cornerstone.
yeah. by the time I found out about Cornerstone, it was basically already done. So I was like, oh man,
Same, man.
you know.
Yeah, I knew about it and I couldn't make it out either, so I hear
Mhm.
you.
Plus, it was like a, you know, 1.5 day drive for me. So
Yeah.
Same.
yeah.
I,
Oh yeah, true. You
I
guys
grew up in the
are
Adirondacks of New
you
York.
guys are
Yeah,
East Coasters.
Mhm.
it's a ways. It's a hike.
Yeah. The current ones are like Uprise, Audio Feed,
Yep.
um, Undead Revivals in Ohio. There's another one in Oklahoma, but I forget the name. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the bigger Christian festivals have kind of pulled the plug
Hmm.
over the past few
Mhm.
years.
Yeah. Soulfest is still going, Kingdom Bound is still going, but those aren't like harder
Hmm.
festivals
Right.
anymore.
Oh, Purple
Um,
Door was another one.
Oh
oh,
yeah,
Purple Door was
Yeah.
door.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a good. I got down for Me Without You and Reliant K and Showbread.
Yeah.
They all played down that year. So that was a great year, Purple Door.
Yeah, I saw Purple Door. I really liked Purple Door. I saw the Chariot at Purple Door, Under Oath, Mike Maines and the Branches. I don't know if you guys
Mhm.
remember that
Oh,
band.
Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
they're good.
super
Yeah.
good.
They were like at their height too. They were really cool. Red,
Hmm.
Yep.
um, Showbread. I think the year prior I saw Project 86 play. Demon Hunter played that
Yep.
year.
Mhm.
Um,
Always
yeah,
good.
it was crazy. There's a lot of really good bands there.
Mhm.
Yep. I wish Purple Door was still happening. That was a great experience for the East Coast for sure.
Yeah. One of the years I went, it was at like a ski mountain and it was
Hmm.
everything was all muddy. And
Oh yeah.
then the next time I went, it was at I think Lancaster Bible College and
Okay.
it was definitely much nicer because like there was like inside venues and um yeah, it was pretty cool.
I forget what the year that I went with Reliant K and Me Without You. It was some outdoor venue. We weren't at a college, but we also weren't at a ski
Mm,
lodge. So yeah. But it was cool.
yeah. I just remember like being on the hill and trying to like go
Yeah.
down and being like so many people are gonna like trip and fall on this. It was like such a
Oh yeah.
steep hill.
Oh yeah.
Um yeah, it was cool though.
Soulfest in New Hampshire. Well, at that time in New Hampshire happened at a ski lodge, and at that time it was Loon Mountain. I know that Kevin and
Hmm.
Kyle also went to that. Well, I was working for a record company at that time, and we're like, it was like the foolish man builds his house upon the sand, that whole thing, right? So, but we're like, oh man, we got a prime spot right next to the inside of the. It was the one that was in the gazebo, the around. It was the word of mouth stage,
Oh,
but it was
yeah,
in
yeah.
this enclosure, and I worked for Word of Mouth Records during that. And I'm thinking, oh man, we got a great spot that we can set up our tent right here at the base of this mountain. And this will be great. Well, we woke up and it was no tents were there because that's the runoff area.
Oh no.
And I woke up in the middle of the night and, me and my buddy, and I sleep by my side. So half of me is all wet.
Ooh.
So when you mentioned like walking down the mountain, that's first thing that came to my mind was back then, and everybody else is laughing at us because they knew. I'm like, well, why didn't you?
Say something.
But
Yeah, it's like give
yeah,
us a
say
warning.
something. Give us a warning or something. But we were right close to the venue, and it was great. But yeah, it was never forget it. We laugh about it to this day.
Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of it's been a while since I've done like or actually I don't even know if I've ever like camped at a festival.
Mm.
So I think Audio Feed will be our first time doing that.
Well, and that's going to be a good time too. You have a bunch of other bands out there. I mean, Bleach is playing
Yep.
there this year.
Mhm.
It definitely check out. I know I always plug them, but personal friends
Hmm.
of ours is Pocket
Mm.
Vinyl. They're gonna be playing. I'm not sure which day, but they're
Hmm.
phenomenal. It's well, I'm not. I think it's just the duo. I don't know if they're doing a full band, but she paints on stage and it's piano driven
Hmm.
rock. So that would be cool. I know there's a few other bands happening too.
Yeah. There's a band called Narwhal I'm excited to see. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
they're cool.
What kind of band are
Um
they?
they're very much like in the chaotic kind of metalcore
Okay.
thing.
Oh, nice.
There aren't too many of us kind of doing that, so they caught my
Hmm.
eye there. And they're really nice. I've like talked to a few of them online, and they're really cool guys. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely have sort of like an Every Time I Die thing. I'd say less
Okay.
like rock and roll than Every Time I Die, but
Hmm.
they have a similar vein of like metalcore. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely worth checking out. It's not spelled normal. It's spelled like NRWL or NRWHL,
Okay.
something like
Okay.
that. They're cool guys though.
Who was the band that we saw at Thunderfest that was the guys from Crux? Was it Deathbreaker?
Mm.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Deathbreaker. Yep,
Deathbreaker.
they're
They're playing
playing.
audio feed.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
they were
I didn't know
great.
that. That's cool. Those guys are cool.
Yeah, we had Lloyd, one of Lloyd Harp, one of the organizers of Audio Feed on, and he's also a Furnace Fest alum, and we kind of just went over those bands too. So we want to make it one of these years, but it looks like it's going to be a great time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm really excited about it. It's our first time going. It's Plead the Widow's Cause's first time going too. Um,
Cool.
and it's been something we've been hearing about for like a couple of years now. So we were like, yeah, this will be cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
Um, yeah, and it's exciting for me. I got some merch that I'm like holding on to. I'm like gonna wait and give the audio feed people like first dibs of it.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
sick.
that'll be fun.
What do you want for Pipe Bomb? Is this going to be something that's always just a creative outlet and you play here and there and record as you make some sense for your life, or would you like it to grow into something that's more of your time?
I'm not too sure. I'm kind of most of the things that happened with pipe bombs sort of happened like by accident almost.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And so I've been kind of figuring it out as I go. Even the idea to like have a live band was not something that I had thought about much. And so like now that we are putting together like a live band,
Hmm.
um, it's been like, oh, okay, here's like a new hurdle. And then the next hurdle is like, is touring an option? And then then it's like
Hmm.
yes or no. And like, how do we work that out? And I know like a lot of the guys have kids and stuff. And it's the older we get, like it's tougher to make things like this work, especially when it's not like a full-time gig. So I
Right.
think if you
Sure.
asked me like when I was younger, I would have been like, yeah, I want it to be like a full-time thing.
Yeah.
Of
Um,
course.
but I think the more that I've seen people in bands like this, the more I see like they kind of go full force when they're younger and then they have to take a break because they're like, I either need to like be on the road forever and make like $5,000 a year or whatever, or
Right.
I need to like, have a family and plant roots there. And I'm married and, I plan on having kids at some point. And so,
Sure.
um, I kind of already know that like if it does become like a full-time thing, that would be like a miracle for one, but it would also be like it would be tricky for sure. So I'm trying to just
Mhm.
kind of like come at it with an open hand, um,
Mhm.
and do my part. Obviously I want it to do well at whatever stage that it's in, and right now that just means trying to play shows every once in a while and trying to stay consistent with like just sharing content and doing the whole like social media thing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So yeah, it'd be cool if that grew. It'd be cool if like, more people heard about Pipe Bomb. Like I would really like that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want it to stay a creative outlet at whatever phase it is, and I want it to be fun at whatever phase it is.
Right.
And so that's kind of the nice thing about doing it without like a typical like label deal or anything or like expectations is like I can kind of go at my own pace. And I forget the podcast, but we did a podcast with Plead and we were kind of talking about
Mm.
how it's nice to like be at this stage in our lives where it can be whatever you want it to be, right? Like you can be like,
Yeah.
Right.
we're all just gonna take a break, we're gonna take like 4 months, 5 months, whatever. Or you can be like, hey, let's like save up our days off and do, do tours and stuff. So um
Mhm.
it's definitely tricky to have that balance. But I think I just want to see what the demand is like and where it can go, and then I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, getting ready for the live shows has been a learning curve. I'm sure like even doing merch and stuff has been a learning curve for me. So yeah, we'll see where it goes.
I think that's one of the cool things about the technology that allows you to be a one-man band and record good stuff and get it out there, that bands or artists can continue to make without having to make it their life. Where I feel like when there was you needed a label or to get to a studio to be able to produce an actual material thing that you could put in the hands of somebody, it needed to be your job.
Yeah.
And so it was either all or nothing. And I think of how many bands that's their story from when we were younger, like the rest of
Hmm.
us kind of our age, of the reason they stopped was not because they were done making art or music. It was like life necessitated like that they
Mhm.
change because it was either being this permanent kind of like adolescence of live like a kid, just to play music, or grow up, establish a relationship, get married, have kids, and you couldn't really do both unless you were of a certain status. Where
Yeah.
now it's like you don't have to make that. Do I want to have a life outside of music and give up making music, or is this going to be the whole thing? You can do both, because what's the pressure if you're not on a label? It's all on your timeline. If you release an album once every 10 years, that's your choice. If you release an album every month, that's your choice. And I don't, all of these options were not available. And I think about that all the time of how many bands who prematurely came to an end might have been able to stick around if they could have realized, like, oh, we could make music and maybe do spot dates here and there, which would be infrequent enough to maybe fill up a small room. So you
Mm.
wouldn't have to have the slog of the empty room nights as you travel the country doing 200 dates a year, which invariably you're going to have duds.
Yeah.
But we all like Five Iron Frenzy. I think they have a brilliant model right now. Play a weekend every couple months and
Hmm.
crisscross, like spread it across the country. So by the time they come back to North Carolina, it'll probably be several years, which means everybody who
Yeah.
came last time will come the next time because you
Yeah.
don't show up
Yeah. Be
enough to
fresh.
wear anybody
Right.
out, but you're still active enough to keep everyone's attention. And then they're able to keep this thing revived. So I think it's a really cool possibility that you're in charge.
Yeah. It's definitely felt like doable, and more sustainable too. Like, yeah, I feel like a lot of those bands like get burnt out really easily, or run out of money really easily. And so my whole thing is, I know you need to spend money to make money, but I'm like pretty frugal. So I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, what is like the easiest, cheapest way I can record something and actually be happy with it? And so that's why I recorded it in
Mhm.
my mom's basement, because I was like, well, that's what it is. That's what I got to do. But, in doing that, I'm like, yeah, I can do it for years to come and not like get tired of that. Or even, bigger and better things might happen, and that would be like a welcome thing. Instead of just like really grinding it out and just kind of getting tired of it, or, you know, yeah, the burnout burnout can be rough for people.
And I mean, you're kind of in a nice spot where you have multiple different outlets. So you've got Pipe Bomb and
Yeah.
you've got other bands as well. So and you've got options, as far as putting stuff out.
Yeah, for sure. Um, and it's been nice because I'm not like one of the main songwriters in Plead. Um,
Mm.
and so it's been cool,
Mhm.
like Ian and Matt and Brett and Bill, even our drummer, has been like contributing more, and it's been cool to kind of like take a back seat there and just be like, oh, this is nice. This is like, I really like what they're writing. I really like what they're doing. And then to just toss in a little of my like bass flavor every now and then and be like, all right, here's maybe this or maybe this. Um, it's cool to like have those different outlets, and Plead's a lot more melodic too, and so it's just kind of cool to, it's not like I'm doing too much of one thing. It feels nice and spread out. I actually also had a solo like sort of like emo punk thing called Box Spring, which you can look it up if you want. The recordings are really not good. But it's just me kind of like messing around and writing stuff. And I've been thinking like, oh man, I kind of want to like bring that back and work on some stuff, but it's been hard. I don't want to like spread myself too thin, but that's one thing where I'm like, oh yeah, I
Right.
kind of have some ideas. It'd be nice to like work on that. Just because it's so much different than pipe bomb. I'm like I could kind of flex those muscles and like work on some more like kind of grungy alternative stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Mhm.
Nice.
I love a
Yeah.
nice grunge alternative. That,
So it sounds like maybe you're more interested in the kind of the songwriting aspect and the recording aspect more so than the live performance shows. I mean, obviously, it seems like you really enjoy doing both, but like, is your focus more on the creating and recording and honing in everything and kind of fleshing that out, or?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I think that's definitely where like it's actually kind of a problem for me. Like I'm not thinking about the live performance when I'm writing the songs.
Right.
And so that can make the live performance hard. There's like several parts of like if you listen to Tabloid, it's like an A B line. So it's like it's very fast. So like that first like blast beat section of Tabloid is like I can't do all the lines in one breath. Like I have to basically do every other line live. And that these are things I did not think about when I was writing it. So now I'm like, wait, what was I thinking? Um,
right.
but yeah, in my mind, I'm like, the writing part is like just what is the best I can make this? Even if there's like stupid guitar parts where I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to play this live or someone will be able to play this live. Like there's a part in I Will Kill the Worst Parts of Myself where I like for like extra layers I put a capo on and did like weird tapping things to make like it
Mhm.
sound uglier and I'm like, yeah, there's no way we'd be able to like pull that off.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that's probably the part. It's the part that's the hardest work, but that's like more meaningful to me to like do the writing. Um,
Mhm.
and that's more why I started Pipe Bomb. It's just because I wanted that outlet. Um, I used to get really bad stage fright, and I kind of like worked that out of me just through playing in bands and stuff. Um, but doing vocals feels different. Like most of
Yeah.
my experience playing live has been playing guitar, and that's kind of like my comfort
Mhm.
zone. So
Yeah.
doing
You can hide
vocals,
behind a guitar a little bit almost.
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, all you got to do is like grow your hair out a little bit, and like you can't even see people.
Oh
Um,
no.
Yeah.
He's on to me.
but yeah, for sure. Like it is something where like I don't have to look at people, I can look at the frets.
Yeah.
Um, and so vocals is like way more tempting for me to kind of clam up. Um,
Mm,
and also like the style of vocals I do, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to do it without like hurting myself. But like all the vocal takes I did for Pipe Bomb, I would do like a song a day, maybe two tops. Like there's no way I could get
sure.
through more than like a couple hours of screaming or my voice would just like be gone.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm,
or I'd be like exhausted or something. So yeah, our live set is quite a bit shorter than that, but it is still like it's just more, I know there's more work I need to put into like getting that ready, and that's still something I'm kind of working through. So it is more nerve-wracking for me with the live performance and even like I know I'm not that old, but like it's it gets more tiresome way quicker. Like
oh yeah.
just being
Yeah.
in my 30s, I'm like, man, I used to
Yeah.
be able to bounce back so quick, and now my neck
Yeah.
hurts like 5 seconds in, and
Mhm.
Oh,
um,
30 and above, you're done. Yeah.
yeah. So it's in my mind, I'm like, the chariot is like my barometer. That's like, I want
Okay.
Pipe Bomb to be the chariot. And I'm like, I know I can't make that happen, like just the
Mhm.
way that I am right now. And so I'm trying to lean more into just like, okay, what's the best we can do and what's like the tightest we can be and the most energy we can present and really give people like I don't want anyone to walk away from it being like, oh, that wasn't really like the album, or like that wasn't as exciting. I'm like, even if we suck, I want it to be like, wow, that was great. It even
Yeah.
though it sucked, you know. I guess more to answer your question, like live shows were always kind of an afterthought for me. And so
Hmm.
being able to do them now is cool, but it's also way more stressful for me than just
Yeah.
recording, because recording, you, I mean, there's not that much like production going on. But you can hide behind a certain level of like, it's just at home, you know? I'm taking my
Hmm.
time, I'm getting everything the best that I can. Whereas live, if my voice creaks, it creeps and everyone's gonna hear it. Um,
Yeah.
and if I trip over the monitor and, you know, make a fool out of myself, like everyone's gonna see it, you know? So there's definitely things like that that I'm more worried about. But then I remember like, oh yeah, when I was playing in like metalcore bands when I was like in college and stuff, like if you're amped up enough, that kind of goes away and you just kind of
Oh
do it,
yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, it's all part of the setup. You trip over the amp.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's you like it fits
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
Yeah, then it's just
for
like
sure.
how it's like, all right, it's like game time. I gotta like channel all this, you know,
Yeah,
everything I was
yeah,
thinking when I did the song. It's like bring it all back.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm excited for it for sure.
Yeah.
I think
that's
one
cool.
kind of cool thing, like with the festivals, that like you potentially could do, like on those songs where it's like, okay, I can only really manage to hit every other lyric. You with a festival, you could have somebody from another band that's playing come in and kind of do like a guest spot and kind of fill
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, for sure. We actually talked with so the live band for Pipe Bomb is going to be a lot of the guys from Plead, which is kind of like we
Cool.
started covering False God in our set, and that was like a soft launch of like, oh, maybe we could like do this, you know?
Hmm.
Um, but my brother will be playing drums, and so Bill won't be in the Pipe Bomb set, but he will be in the Plead set. Um, So I was like, dude, you could come up and like just do a couple lines of vocals and then hop off and you know like
Hmm.
Yeah.
stage dive, do
Yeah.
Oh
something.
yeah,
That would be fun.
oh yeah,
So we're
Yeah.
we're working on things like that, but it is nice to have like so many people in that community there that it's like there's so many cool people and so many people who would be
yeah.
willing to like hop up or grab the mic or you
Hmm.
know.
And in that community, that brings the live set even more special.
Hmm.
So that you know that's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like hoping a lot of people grab the mic just in the audience because I'm like, that would
Oh
save me
yeah,
some vocal strain for
Right.
sure.
oh yeah,
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Help me get a breath at least.
Yep.
oh for
I've been
sure.
having to like do cardio and I hate
I
it
bet.
so much.
Oh, it sucks.
I went on a run for the
Yeah.
first time in forever and I didn't even run
Uh-huh.
that far and I was like, I can't do this. This is like killing me. Um, but I'm like training. I'm like literally training for audio feed because I'm like,
Oh
well,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
I
super out of
mean,
breath. So
Right.
you're near Philly. Just run up and down those steps, man. Just rock
yeah,
it, baby. Let's go.
yeah, that's a good. I should do that actually. That's a good call.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There
That's
you go.
there
There's
you
your
go.
next social media
Yeah,
content.
social
Yeah,
New
media.
reel. Yeah.
And by the way, you're absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it on social media. So keep that up. Like it's been cool to
thanks,
follow.
man. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, yeah. It's a fun follow, and I'm a relatively new fan to Pipe Bomb, and the social media alone will reel in people. So you're doing a good job.
Cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm considering like maybe doing some remasters or something in the future.
Oh, cool.
Just of the
Oh,
Stomp
nice.
EP or you know little
Hmm.
things like that. Um, oh, one thing I don't know how many people know this, but False God is a bonus track on the vinyl. Um,
Oh,
and so
Oh, nice.
we got that like remastered with the vinyl.
okay.
So it feels definitely more full. It feels more like part of the Hellhole sound. So I'm stoked about that. Eric at
Ooh.
Resuscitation Records was like, "What do you think? Like the album is really short. We have plenty of room to like add an extra song." I was like, "Sure, let's do False God." So
Oh
Nice. That's
yeah.
Nice.
cool.
That's very
yeah,
cool.
he was like, "We have a lot of extra space on the vinyl. Because I think the album's like 23 minutes or something. So he's like, we could add like 7 more songs. Um,
Oh wow. Yeah.
but yeah, so we just added False God.
Hey, that's a good ad for sure. But yeah, and if people are trying to find you on Instagram, it's Pipe Bomb Band, PIPEBOMBBAND. Anywhere else people should look for you?
I mean, I have a Bandcamp too.
Perfect.
I think it might be Pipe Bomb PA because I started it when I was living in Philly proper. Yeah, I think other than that, I'm just like Pipe Bomb Band on everything.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a Bandcamp Friday coming up, don't we?
Oh, that's right.
That's
This
right.
Friday.
That's right.
Yeah.
This Friday.
Yeah, I mean, by the time this episode comes out, I mean, it'll be the next Bandcamp Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, May 1st.
Just picked up some new shirts, so I'm gonna try to. They're like the pre-orders, the black ones, so I'm gonna try to like post about them, and I'll ship them out next week. But
Cool.
yeah, I'm excited about Bandcamp Fridays.
Yeah, that tends to be when I save all my purchasing is for when there's
Yeah.
Bandcamp Friday, so I can just like, okay, now you get all my money.
Yeah, that's a good move though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes to the artist at that point. And what we try to do on this podcast is we try to put out like a video right around Bandcamp Friday, just to all the friends that have come on and talk to us. We want to kind of make sure you're plugged and you see who's out there and who's been on our pod, and we're happy to add you to the next one for sure.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I saw you guys had Andy from Plead for Purging, and you had Lloyd on here. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. No, just trying to plug and give back, or not give back. That's a weird phrase, but give to the people that kind of come on, and we appreciate you just spending time with us.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you guys having me on. This is fun.
Yeah.
Whenever I get to talk about Switchfoot, that's a good time.
Oh, bless you, son. Bless you. Thank you, because that makes 2 of us. The other guys are getting sick of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Or Hawk Nelson. That's a band I haven't heard of in a while. But
Oh yeah.
Oh, that has
I had
been
a
minute.
huge
Yeah.
Hawk Nelson phase, and it left very quickly. It was like it was like one album
That's
and out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
They're still cool though. I appreciate them.
Yeah, oh, for sure. For sure. Oh, well, appreciate you, Mitchell. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Next time we're like traveling through and we're down in your area, we'll definitely hit you up, try and hang out or something.
Yeah, for sure. And if we get up to, I know some of you guys are in Virginia, the rest are like Northeast, but if we plan like a Northeast run or anything, I'll let you guys know.
Sweet. Oh, sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to go to New
That'd be
Hampshire. New Hampshire's really pretty.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
That's the news from Lake Scabagon, where all of the mom's basements, recording spaces are strong. All of the Jars of Clay chaotic metal covers are good looking. And all of the one-man band releases are far, far above average.
Oh, onward, pickle soldiers.
It's a perfect
We did it,
podcast.
guys. Another perfect podcast.
We did it. That's all thanks to you, Mitchell. Thank
Thanks
you
for having me on, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, man.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Come back soon.
Would love to.
All right, perfect.
Swallow that stuff and shoot yourself on the way down. You try to run like you're trapped on the common ground. Now we're gonna love, then you can stand in the blood. You'll never make it out. Drown a millstone around yourself now. You're resignating and water to the water ground. Down, you're again weather the sky. We're gonna carry a cross. But you're burning just to give yourself war.
I had fun. It's sometimes podcasts are kind of like awkward or you're not sure how it was.
Oh,
so I was
yeah.
like, I'm glad this is like a bunch of dudes hanging out, talking.
Yeah, good.
That's all we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, but his
This
stuff
stuff
is
is
so catchy.
Killer.
Oh my god. Right?
Like I wanted to go back to that statement where he's like, I try to be catchy. I was like, that's what it is about
No,
his
dude.
stuff of like
It's so catchy.
Somehow it is all the
Oh.
dissonant stuff, but it doesn't lose you. Where like it's not hard to listen to; it's very easy to listen to.
Yeah.
If a devil wants to kill me, he's gonna have to do it himself. Love it.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.